Get ready for a real estate roller coaster. Today, in our Calgary market real estate update, we're uncovering the first home savings account, exploring the bold move of a condo developer ditching balconies, and celebrating Calgary's red hot market in March. As the spring market heats up, I'll guide you through essential Calgary real estate trends like sales, days on market, and pricing for the first quarter. Surprisingly though, even though our numbers have gained momentum since January, sales are only half of what they were in the same months last year. Stay tuned for more captivating insights. I'll also be sharing some valuable advice with you that we've been offering to our clients the last few weeks. First Home Savings Account, the FHSA. So effective a few days ago on April 1st, the Canadian government rolled out a new savings program for first-time homebuyers called the First Home Savings Account. The First Home Savings Account allows individuals to save for a down payment on their first home. The account was introduced in the 2021 federal budget as part of the Canadian government's efforts to make home ownership more accessible to first-time buyers. The First Home Savings Account combines the tax advantages of both a registered retirement savings plan, or RSP, and the tax-free savings account, or the TFSA. Here are the Coles notes on this program. Eligibility. You must be at least 18 years old, be a Canadian resident, and have not owned a home in the last 4 years. Contribution. You can contribute up to $8,000 per year, or up to a total of $40,000. Here are some tips on how to make the most out of your First Home Savings Account. Number 1, use the First Home Savings Account with the Home Buyers Plan. If you're thinking about buying a house, it's worth considering using a First Home Savings Account in combination with the Home Buyers Plan. 2, appoint your spouse or partner in a common law relationship as a successor holder. 3, consider opening a First Home Savings Account even if you have no intentions of buying a primary residence. 4, gift money to your adult children so they can put it in their First Home Savings Account, and or give money to your spouse so they can contribute to theirs. Now, full disclosure, I'm not a financial planner or advisor, so please consult your finance professional before making any moves. Now, I think this is a great opportunity to pay less tax over time, so don't pass up the chance to take advantage of the First Home Savings Account if you're eligible. Even if you never plan on buying a home, the First Home Savings Account can still be a valuable tool for your financial future. If you want more information about this program, I will be releasing a video in the next few weeks elaborating on the 4 tips I just mentioned, and I will also go through the pros and cons of this program. Are balconies becoming extinct? The staggering new direction of Canadian condos. So did you know that it costs about $8,000 to $20,000 to build a balcony at a condo building? So I came across this article where a Toronto-based developer is building a 41-story, 133-unit condominium that does not include any balconies. Instead, they're building a handful of private terraces and Juliet windows. Interesting. Let's jump in and see what this means for you as a homeowner or condo buyer. So why are some Canadian condo developers considering getting rid of balconies? It's mainly due to the soaring construction costs and an increased focus on reducing a building's carbon footprints. Developers are now weighing the value proposition of these outdoor spaces. The pros is that potentially getting a lower purchase price and monthly rents, and more energy efficient buildings. The cons? Well, you just lose your private outdoor space. Now, this trend could lead to a diversification of offerings, with buyers deciding whether or not balconies are worth the extra cost. It's unclear right now whether people will want to buy condos without balconies, but some may prioritize lower costs and greener buildings. When talking about resale value, I don't think it's going to affect it that much. At least not in the immediate future, because real estate agents can justify a valuation of $10,000 to $20,000 less than a similar condo building with balconies. The tipping point though, however, is going to be a shift in supply and demand for buildings with and without balconies. This means that if in the future there are more buildings without balconies and the demand for buildings with balconies remains strong, then the value of those condos will be much higher than the cost of developing a balcony. Ultimately, those units could come at a premium, significantly higher than the development cost of a balcony. Condo owners without balconies might have to rely on shared terraces or other outdoor amenities for their outdoor experiences. The impact of this shift will depend on individual preferences and how developers design communal spaces. Now, here are my thoughts on it. I think it will be very easy for developers to say that they're doing it in order to be more green. In this article, the developer says that having doors to patios makes the building more permeable, allowing air through, and it will be less green. Well, I say that's complete bullshit, because if it's closed, it shouldn't be leaking any air. And if it does, then you're a builder who did a terrible job. And if someone wanted to go outside, which would be in warm weather anyway, then I'm sure that they're going to be okay to pay a few extra bucks to reheat the condo from the door being opened for a few seconds. Now, this would be true unless, of course, you have a cold plunge on your balcony that you hit up during the wintertime. And if that's you, then hit me up on Instagram at my own personal Instagram page at felixchan.me so I can see what other cold plungers are up to. But let's put this into perspective and what it actually costs you for a balcony. As mentioned earlier, it's estimated to cost between $8,000 and $20,000 per balcony. Even with today's higher mortgage rates, every $10,000 or mortgage adds about $55 to your monthly payment. So if it's a $20,000 balcony, then you'll be paying $110 a month. Now, that isn't terribly expensive, but for those who truly love the outdoors, and everyone is deficient in vitamin D3 anyway, it's an intangible cost to living the lifestyle that you want and to be happy. So the Canadian condo market is evolving, and the elimination of balconies might just become a trend. What do you guys think about that? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Okay, let's dive into what happened in the Calgary real estate market in March 2023. Overall, it was yet again another smoking month. Again, we are seeing multiple offers, properties that show value will sell in a day, and a lot of anxious buyers and happy sellers. Let's get into the statistics, and I will share my advice for buyers and sellers. Detached. The market has been strong for the detached sector. As you can see, in January of this year, sales have been increasing at a steady rate. Not at the same level as the same time last year, where you can just see the above. Sales are higher, days on the market is lower, and all the pricing metrics like benchmark, medium, and average price progressively got higher. For the semi-detached market, it has followed the same footsteps as the detached market. Sales have been going up, days on market going down, and pricing for all three types have been trending up. We are personally seeing strong demand for inner city infill homes. If you don't know what an infill home is, it's when a builder bulldozes the house and builds either a side-by-side duplex or a brand new home on the existing lot. We have seen the semi-detached infills sell pretty quick this month. Townhomes. Townhomes are the same, with sales increasing every month so far this year. Days on market also declining, and all three pricing metrics have been increasing. And finally, for apartments, it's the same story. The only difference is in February, the average price was $4,000 less than January, but overall, the condo market is showing strong demand. Months of supply. Okay, for those who have been following us for a while, you know that one of my favorite metrics I keep my eyes on is the months of supply. For those who are new to the channel, and this is your first video, months of supply is a measure to see what kind of market we're in. Buyers, sellers, or a balanced market. What it means is, based on last month's sales, how many months would it take for the market to sell all of its existing inventory? In Calgary, between 2.5 and 4 months is a balanced market. Anything less than 2.5 months is a seller's market. Anything more than 4 months is a buyer's market. Here's the comparison between February and March of this year. For detached, it went from 1.63 months to 1.35. Semi-detached, 1.82 to 1.31. Townhomes, 1.04 to 1.04, it stayed the same, and apartments 1.78 to 1.47. So you can see that it is clearly becoming even bigger of a seller's market. Except for townhomes, it did stay the same as last month. Advice for buyers. Now, because the market is so challenging for buyers, I'm going to give you my wholehearted advice to you. Listen carefully, because your expectations need to change this environment, and more than half of your chances of being successful in a multiple offer situation is purely based on your realtor. First, understand that whatever your budget is, you cannot be looking at houses at that price point. So for example, if your budget is $500,000, you need to be looking at properties listed at $450, because chances are that property will sell for $500,000 or more. Although rates have stayed steady, real estate prices, at least here in Calgary, have been increasing. If you cannot increase your down payment, the cold hard truth is you're gonna have to settle with less house. This can mean not having as many features, a smaller home, or be in a community that's a little bit further away than your ideal location. Now, let's talk about your realtor. Jazz and I, my business partner, just put on a mastermind for other realtors on how to navigate these difficult situations for their buyers when facing multiple offers amongst other buyers. What a lot of people don't know, including realtors, is that in my experience as a listing agent, less than 20% of buyer agents will actually call you, me, the listing agent, and ask me questions. Less than 20%. Your Calgary real estate agent must understand what and how to ask the right questions in order to put you, the buyer, in the best position possible when it comes to writing the offer. If they just submit the offer without this crucial step, then it's over for you. You have zero chance. The only way that you can actually win without a skilled realtor is by paying your way through, and it would have to be an irresistible offer. But guess what? If your realtor doesn't talk to the listing agent, you don't even know what an irresistible offer looks like. Or the other alternative is you pay way more than you should have. There are other strategies and tactics that you can use in these high stake situations. I want to give you a tip that could change the trajectory of your home purchase. Okay, here it is. Feel free to save this video so that you can refer back to it in the future. Here's the tip. Ask your realtor to share their offer strategy. Look to see if they have a detailed plan, not just,
we just have to submit the highest price offer to beat out the competition.
That is a terrible answer. Don't be afraid to ask them how they plan to handle the offer, the communication they intend on having, and more importantly, what questions they will be asking the listing agent. Now, don't be surprised if they can't answer this question. If they can't, then ask them, what are they doing in order to learn how to maximize their chances of winning in these multiple offer situations? Are they taking courses? Are they being part of masterminds? Or do they have a coach to help them? If you are not satisfied with their performance, then let us know and our team can help you out. Guys, if you're still watching this, I genuinely hope that you're finding this video valuable. We put a lot of time and effort in each of these videos, so if you did find this helpful, would love your support if you could take 2 seconds and hit that like button. Also, did anything resonate with you about working with the right buyer realtor? Does it all make sense to you? Are there any other topics you want us to cover? If so, please let us know in the comments below. Advice for sellers. Sellers, you have it great. So we helped a YouTube subscriber purchase a home during the pandemic, and now they're selling it for a handsome profit. Prices for all property types are higher now than they were the same time last year. It's because of this, our guys decided to sell and rent for the next little while. They are expecting a recession to hit, so they're just gonna sit on cash and they're gonna buy a home when the home prices are lower than what they are today. As a renter, from a cash flow perspective, your overall living expenses are typically lower than owning a home. By the way, I will be releasing a video on whether you should rent or buy a home, and I go through a deep analysis. So if you're interested in that video, just subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when that video comes out. Home sellers, if you've done some renovations, this is a time when you can get a premium for it. If you have a property with features that aren't quite as desirable, like, being on a main road, you can get a pretty decent price for it. And if you've been thinking about selling a property, now is the time to really consider it. The numbers don't lie. We are in a better position this year than we were last year, and last year was a crazy year. Now, just like having a skilled realtor on the buying side, the same applies on the selling side. A common misconception is that in a seller's market, simply listing property is enough. While there may be some truth to that, having a skilled realtor who excels at negotiating, knows strategies for securing multiple offers, and possesses excellent judgment of the market is crucial for maximizing your sale price. You can't deny a skilled realtor cannot get you a higher price. I've heard this many times before, but people who say
all realtors are the same
is kind of like saying, you know, all doctors are the same, or all lawyers and engineers and accountants, executives, CEOs, they're all the same. It's simply not true. And by the way, if you guys want some real estate tips every single week in bite-sized chunks, check out our Instagram account at LiveInnerCity. Okay guys, that is it. One of our upcoming videos is about the 5 facts of Calgary you didn't know. If you found this video helpful, please share it to your friends who might also be interested in Calgary real estate. And don't forget to give us some love by smashing the like button. My name is Felix Chan, Calgary realtor and mortgage broker with Real Broker, and we'll see you in the next video.